Man.
All right. You have something?
Man.
A little something going on there?
I don't really talk to a bunch of motherfuckers during the day because I work from home.
Then we got to get on and your voice like,
come over here now, girl.
All right, man, let's get into this thing.
Hold up. You ready? I'm gonna do the countdown.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Once again, we are back. Welcome to the Legal Opinions Podcast, the last place for real talk with Sammy and Mark Kiki. We in the building right now. Listen with an open mind or leave mad. I'm wilding right now, man. I got to smile at some point today. I have to. Listen with an open mind or leave mad. The choice is yours. I'm your comedian host, Sam Ridley, the man you love to hate.
Sam, you get on my last nerve.
Doing what I do as usual. Here with my man 100 grand, Marcus Palmer. How you doing, man?
What up, man? I'm good. I am as good as I can be. I'm only saying I'm good because I'm not great. Given
I feel you.
The climate of what's happening, the only thing I could say is, I mean, I will be a fool to complain. I will be a fool to complain right now.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
Absolutely, man. I know a lot of y'all probably noticed we took a break last week to highlight Dakari Williamson and his awesomeness that he got going on over at MVP. There's a lot going on in the news right now. And believe us, like we said when we covered Ahmaud Arbery's case, and we're continuing to do so, we have to continue to go back to these stories for y'all, for the listener. Of course, we stay up on it, but normally it'd be an internal conversation. But now, it's a much bigger thing. We decided to give it a week. We're like, let's see where this goes between now and then. And we're still, getting into it a few days early. But still, we got to give it a break. Give people a chance to just hear something else. But hey, this is the climate right now. This is just what it is. For those of you that aren't in the Illegal Opinions podcast fan group, make sure y'all go over there. Shout out to y'all and thank you for keeping things as real as I've seen the internet be. I feel like the conversations that happen in there, for real. Don't it feel like that's what Facebook was supposed to be and it turned into cat memes?
It turned into, I mean, it began as that. Like I implore everyone, if you want to remember, and we had this conversation before the group was created. We wanted the group to reflect what Facebook was like before. Now, if you want to remember what that was like, go back to the beginning of your timeline and see how undressed Facebook was, how vulnerable people were on Facebook, how and then there was still fun there. And that's what the group is supposed to be. And that's what it is. And we do talk about real shit. It is our generation, is our culture. So yeah, man, keeping it all the way 100%.
And I want to say, like, to that, it's our culture. There's people in there from all walks of life.
Exactly.
But and I didn't plan it this way, but I feel like it's turned majority African American. And if you come in there, just like if I'm the minority going into a white establishment, it's going to be harder for my voice to be heard. When they come and they tell you their experiences, that's what they're doing. And I'm talking to people that are of, different cultures, different races. You're going to go in there. You're going to have your opinion about things that are going on. Cool. There's a hot one going on right now. I didn't delete it. I'm not getting rid of the conversation because it is, for the most part, civil, except for when we read some shit that's just blatantly, what the fuck are you talking about? So, and we're going to get to that because we got a lot to talk about today. But yeah, please, absolutely. Listen with an open mind. If you're coming from the standpoint of, I don't get it, and this is the way I see it, and then somebody that's in that culture explains it to you, there should be nothing else that you're confused about. There just shouldn't be. So I don't understand that logic. Anyway,
but it's okay to not understand things, right? It's okay to not understand things, but frame your misunderstanding in a way that it doesn't seem you're coming off as tone deaf.
Yeah, tone deaf and condescending. Yeah, absolutely. Right. So yeah. So let's get into it, man. Let's get into it before we get to some lighter fare. George Floyd. I don't think we necessarily need to reiterate the case at this point. Right. If you don't know, just Google that name and you will see a black man literally asking for air with a policeman's knee in his neck. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous that COVID-19 shut down everything, school shootings, all of that. This shit is still getting off. So, it's impossible at this point to see it as something that's not race related. And I'm going to get to why I say that, because there's a lot of information that's coming out. And again, every time this happens, you see the same shit. You start seeing hey, what about the all lives people, all of that sort of shit. I'm tired of it. And I remember being a younger cat and you'd hear older cats be like, man, we about to burn this motherfucker down, right?
Yeah.
As a younger cat, wouldn't you be like, yo, like, we don't need to just go straight to that.
Yeah, like chill, man.
Calm down, bro. Right. But
you mean like actual fire?
Right. Oh, like, you mean figuratively, like,
right.
You know,
right.
But as I've gotten older, what I realize is it's not them just jumping to fire. They've been hearing this shit long before I was.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's not new. So it's like, no, this is the last resort.
Right. Like we've tried everything else. But that's the cycle, right? The cycle is do the peaceful thing, do the peaceful thing, do the peaceful thing. Mm-hmm. And then the peaceful thing turns into, okay, we're stopping traffic now. We're doing sit-ins. We're doing things like that, right? Still no one's listening. And now you're back to something happening. And now motherfuckers are mad. Now you're burning shit down. And now there is a vent, man. I mean, it's just like a volcano, right? Before an eruption, volcano starts letting you know. All right, now, little shake here and there, not bothering nobody. Everything's fine.
Mm-hmm. Warning shots.
Yeah, a little magma coming out, right? Oh, sorry, a little lava coming out. All right, just so you know that getting a little dicey around here, right? And then there's some smoke. Oh shit!
They don't want that smoke. They don't want that smoke.
Oh shit! Right? And then before you know it, it's boom. It's an eruption that you can't control. You had every opportunity to move out of the way of that shit.
Yes,
but now you're here.
And now you're here, right? So, just like we said with the Ahmaud Arbery case, it took months and a recording before an arrest was made. All right? And we still wouldn't have had an arrest made if it wasn't for that.
Right.
Okay? So, as of the time we're recording this, Derek Chauvin, he has been arrested. Okay? That's the police officer's name that actually did the murder, like the physical murder. I don't care what anybody says. It's a murder. 4 days. 4 days it took for that to happen.
Yeah.
And what did it take? A target. And then what tripped me out was you would see more people posting about they burned down Target.
Yeah.
I was like, I didn't see you post nothing about that man whose family ain't gonna see him. But now you can't go get your popcorn and icy and you got to post about it. That is wild to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. They just put a Starbucks in that place. Now it's gone.
Now it's gone.
My thing about that is I've seen a lot of people talk about it in interviews and black and white and I mean everything else about we shouldn't burn down our communities. We shouldn't do this. We shouldn't do that and a third. And I agree with that part. I mean, we shouldn't do that. It is a crime. We should not do that. But I feel this way and I am, 1,000 miles from that place. Yeah. And I feel personally attacked. And I'm here. Imagine if you lived there.
Yeah.
Imagine if you knew this man. Imagine 100 different scenarios where you're someone you know, someone you're associated with, their life is taken. All rationality goes out of the window. And this thing's flying around the internet. You know, it's okay when we celebrate and reenact the Boston Tea Party every fucking year.
Yeah.
All these fucking white people. The Revolutionary War reenacted all the fucking time.
Black Wall Street got burnt down in 1921. And I don't think we ever got that back.
No.
You know, so it's not something that's far-fetched or weird for it to be a riot. Like you said, with the Tea Party. We got a whole country out of that deal.
Yeah,
like, I mean, if they want, you know what I'm saying? Like,
no, seriously.
They don't call that. They were rebelling again. They always frame it a different way.
We were oppressed by the British. Well, we're oppressed by police.
Yeah. And
the servers and the fucking protectors.
And I have lots of, look, I'm gonna sound real white. I have lots of white friends. We all got friends of different races. Y'all got to understand it. When we start talking about racist white people, we're not talking about all of y'all. We're talking about the racist white people and the way that you like to frame questions when you ask us about it.
I might be talking about you.
It might be, and it might hit a nerve. And if it does, that's when you got to go, wait a minute, do I sound tone deaf on an issue that I refuse to address? It's simple. It's real simple.
I might be talking about you for lighter than that. For lighter than that, I might talk about you. I might be talking about you if the topic of guns in this country comes up, and you're all over it because it's your right to own a weapon, right?
Yeah, but you can do that.
But when the topic, and that's fine. But when the topic of people being killed in the street. Brown, black people being killed in the street, when you become radio silent, I don't know if you're on our team.
Yeah, and that's the point that I was going to make. So this is a good spot for me to read the Facebook post that I woke up to 70 shares before I went to sleep. And if this makes you upset,
Mr. Popular.
The sentence at the end, I didn't mean to be popular on this one. I was just speaking my mind, because the question was asked, why doesn't matter? But the man that asked me the question was white. Okay. Mm-hmm. I only say that right now because somebody later asked me, why does he have to be white? And I was like, I don't know. I'll go ask his mom why he was born that way. Like, what does that mean? What does that mean? Anyway, what can we do to help each other respectively? That was the question. Honest question. Okay. Mm-hmm. So my answer was, we need white people to speak up as loud as they've been silent in the past. We need white people to stop making excuses for these murders when they happen. What I mean by that is what were the factors? If you see the video, don't tell me that anything he did, let's say he had just finished robbing a bank and they have him restrained and he can't move. There's no reason to choke the life out of this man. Mm-hmm. I've seen white kids shoot up schools and get arrested with no bullets in them. So that's what I mean when I say stop making excuses for the murder. We need to hear white people clearly and plainly let it be known they don't want to be a part of the problem. And I think that goes back to what you were saying, Marcus. You see a lot of shit when it's gun control, when it's this, when it's that. And then the lack of noise when this happens says more than you posting about it ever could. That's all that means. Mm-hmm. We need white people to publicly call out their bigoted and racist family members and friends that refuse to change their homegrown ideology. I have gotten the excuse of, well, that's just how I was raised. That doesn't work. I get coming up in a certain type of culture, but it's 2020. We shouldn't still be having to answer the same thing. We need to know our children are just as human as your Caucasian ones. Yeah. What I mean by that, I've asked white people, have you ever had to sit down and have the conversation with your kids of this is how you act around police and this is how you don't get shot by them? Most of the time that is no, but I have to specifically sit my kids down, and I have at young ages, to tell them how to be black outside. Yeah. That's not normal. One of my partners broke my heart this week. because he had the thought of getting online on his like neighborhood community page to let them know he'd be jogging late. Obviously, that immediately
crazy.
Think about that. We gotta let people know in our mind anyway. We obviously fuck that shit. We're not doing that. I pay my taxes and mortgage and all of that shit in the same place. I shouldn't have to let you know I'm gonna be outside because of the color of my skin. Like, period. We need to hear white people tell other white people to stop killing us and to stop supporting those who blatantly cross the line, but say just enough to embolden the prejudice. They stop right there. There's a point where you can tell the message that they're trying to get across. And when we get to old Mr. Twitter, I'm gonna speak on that too. And I finished it by saying, we deserve to breathe. If this offends you, picture me begging for air and read it again. Because if I was saying all of what I just said out loud, I'd be dead before I finished reading it. Simple and plain. I don't feel like that is a racist sentiment to have. I saw some try to spin it that way. But if you ask me the question as a white man, I'm going to tell you, this is the problem. This is what we're missing when it happens. And don't get me wrong. I got a lot of people that I know are allies that constantly post about it, especially when stuff like this happens. But what's interesting, what I like to see, you ever see a white person post like this type of stuff has got to stop? Their comment section be live. Fuck mine. Fuck a black person's page.
Yeah.
They're white friends that feel like it's a safe space.
Yeah. You're supposed to be over there like, why are you speaking on this? This isn't our problem.
Yes.
This ain't our problem. Why are you talking like, and it's kind of funny how those people that are attacking the white person that's trying to, be an ally, they would like, you don't know the black man's problem. That's not us. Why are you doing that? But they're the first people to try to make us understand why it's not racism, why it's not like that. You don't know what conditions this was happening in. You don't know this. Okay, why are you trying to tell me how to be emotionally? Why are you trying to, as a white man, why are you trying to tell me how to react to this? You don't have no fucking idea what I've been through.
Yeah.
You have no clue what I've had to do in my fucking life and what places I had to fucking avoid.
Yeah. Just regular shit.
I went to all black high school, mostly black. There are white kids that went to my high school because it was like a magnet school, music school, art school, whatever. White people went to my school. They never got beat up. Nobody ever fucked with them. It's like a white guy walking into a black party. Everybody's like, oh, look at this motherfucker. What you doing over here, boy? Dap him up. What are you lost?
Yeah.
Girls throwing that ass on him and shit. You can't dance. Come in. Like, everybody's cool. But be a black dude going to an all white school.
Yeah. It's a completely different world.
Yo, be a black guy. You walk into the wrong party and it's all white people. You're like, oh shit. So for you to try to tell us how to feel and how to act and take yourselves out of it, take your emotion out of it. Motherfucker, what are you talking about?
You done bumped your fucking head. You done bumped your... somebody in our group put perfectly, it's like, you gonna shoot my brother and tell me to calm down.
Straight up.
That is, think about that. That's literally what you're doing. That's literally what you're doing. It's a strange sentiment to even have that thought process coming from people that have been hearing these same types of stories their whole lives. And for them, they go, well, the news media is feeding y'all this because they want to incite you. Stop giving them the story.
Right.
If that's really the way you want to take that, like, just stop giving them the story. Breonna Taylor, right?
Okay.
There's another one. Louisville. Police officers shot Taylor, 26-year-old EMT, no criminal record, at least 8 times in her home. This was a no-knock drug search warrant. So basically, they busted her door down. Okay. The warrant not only didn't include the victim's name, but it was also issued for a home miles away that belonged to 2 men who were already in custody. Okay.
Wow.
All of that. According to the lawsuit, the shooting started when the police officers forcefully entered the apartment and Taylor's boyfriend, Kenneth Walker, who did what I would have done, a licensed gun owner, aimed and shot at the officers thinking somebody broke into his shit. Because, spoiler alert, somebody broke into his shit.
Yeah.
That's literally what happens there. As of this writing, none of the officers involved in the shooting have been charged, but Walker was arrested and is facing charges of first-degree assault and attempted murder of a police officer that broke into their home. Nuts. Again, nuts.
That's just like the story of homegirl that was in her house, minding her business, playing a video game with her nephew. The door was cracked. The front door was cracked. Who knows why? Who the fuck cares why? Door was cracked. Neighbor calls the police, says, hey, door over here cracked. Front door's cracked. Police show up. No announcement of police. No lights and sirens. Walk around the house. Sneak around the house. See her and her nephew playing a game. Kill her. Yeah. No announcement of being a police officer.
Yeah.
How? Let's do it like this. Let's do it like this.
Damn it, man.
A regular dude. I'm sorry, not regular dude. Thieving ass nigga. Sneaks around a house.
Yeah.
Looks in the window, sees people there, shoots them. That nigga's going to jail. Yep. There ain't gonna be no. I thought this was my house.
Nah, that's not.
Have you heard that one? Have we heard that? Somebody say, I thought this was my house.
Sounds familiar. And I ain't giving her no.
Have we heard that?
Ain't giving her no hug either.
I thought this was my house. So I shot somebody and killed them. It's just the amount of excuses that are allowed for a police officer to do the things that they fucking do. It's insane. Now in this case with Brianna, they arrested her boyfriend for shooting at the officers or whatever. Then they dropped the charges and let him go. So they dropped the charges and let him go. But he was in jail, not at home, after shooting at the cops and say, all right, we're going to go and do an investigation and see what happens, and we're going to come back and get you.
Yeah. No. They didn't call his job and be like, hey, can y'all put him on administrative leave? Because we got to figure this shit out.
They took his ass right into custody right then. Back of the car, you're going to jail. And I think, it was a good bit before they released him.
Yeah, it was. So I want to say he was in it for some days.
It's just amazing that the guy that murdered George Floyd was just allowed to be at home in protective custody.
They had to burn down a Target to get him arrested, man. They had to burn down a Target.
It's disgusting, man. I mean, just the way that we are handled in this country. And like, I get people saying that, we shouldn't destroy our own communities and things like that. I understand that part.
Fuck all that now. I'm sorry. Fuck all that. I really used to be that guy, Marcus. You know that.
Yeah.
I was that dude that'll be like, man, I just wish there was a better way. They had 3 days. And I want to say it wasn't until like day 3 before they burnt down the fucking Target.
And the police station. And then on day 4 was, hey man, here's the amazing part about that. So these things are happening. As long as everybody's peaceful and getting pepper sprayed, hey, you guys just wait. We're going to go through due process. It takes a lot to get to convict a cop of murder. So just give us the time to get this right. Oh, y'all motherfuckers want time? Okay.
All right. Cool.
Okay. Y'all want time. Okay. I got all day.
Fire.
I got all day.
Whoa.
So then day 3 comes. The precinct gets burned down. Day 4 comes. News says, yo, we got this guy in custody. Everybody just relax. That's pandering. Number 1.
Yes. Yeah. Big time.
If you want to know what pandering is, that's pandering. When the day before you say it's going to take a long time and we like, oh, okay, somebody get the gasoline. Start burning shit down. And on day 4, y'all like, no, we got them. Everybody relax. Then they have the nerve to announce, which they shouldn't have said this, but because to me, it's prime time pandering, right? this is the fastest we've ever locked up a police officer in our state's history.
Yeah. I wonder why.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I wonder why. Because look, and I want this to be clear. I want this to be clear to our listeners, man. I am not condoning just going out and fucking up and vandalizing. I'm not condoning hurting people, anything of the sort. Yep. When you burn down a Target, and I know this doesn't make it okay, they have insurance and that Target is going to be rebuilt. That police station is going to be rebuilt, okay? Yeah. George Floyd ain't coming back. And how many of these do we need to see? I think, when we did the Ahmaud Arbery episode, I ran down a list of names of unjustified, unarmed murders of African Americans in our community. And guess what? That list was probably not a 10th of them. Yeah. It really wasn't. So at what point do you go, oh, okay, so y'all aren't hearing the peaceful protests. Y'all hated Kaepernick and tried to flip that into some flag shit. Yeah. When all he was doing was taking a knee to make you pay attention.
Crazy.
And nothing happened, but y'all wanted to vilify him. Like you said, their Starbucks is gone. Somebody pulled up to that dude's house with a cup of Dunkin' Donuts coffee, mad. Like, dog, you got to go to jail, bro.
Yeah. Like, no, we gonna lock you up today.
You got to go now.
But here's a conversation I was having with someone. I was talking to someone yesterday about this. And yes, the whole thing about things having to be set on fire in order to get your attention, very bad thing, right? But when you look at nature, that's nature's way of cleansing.
Yeah, it is, right? If you want to take
that shit down, you need a controlled burn. You burn down all this old shit. Seeds are released. The soil is now fertile with ashes and dead wood and shit like that. And new things grow from that. So hoping that this is the case, hopefully, new things will grow from what's happening now. And the part that I like the fact that they didn't stop. This might sound fucked up. I don't give a fuck. Okay.
Welcome to Legal Opinions.
I like the fact that they, even though they locked this nigga up this morning, I like the fact that motherfuckers like, oh no. Oh, y'all waited till we burned some shit down before you wanted to do something. See, now you're trying to play us. So now guess what? It's Friday.
Like y'all waited till
long weekend, baby.
I'm off till Monday.
Word. I might take Monday off depending on what's cracking.
And we social distance. They did this while people ain't got no job.
Yeah.
Bruh. Like
I'm telling you, man.
You chose. You're not gonna make this change happen quickly. And then, 3 days pass, right? Back to the 3-day thing. And all of a sudden, your Walmart's gone. Okay, no. Let me back up. Let me ask you a question. Would you have been mad if, like, 2 minutes after this thing happened, they had went and burned down a mall? Like 2 minutes. And the reason I asked that question, you only had to answer, is because at that point it would have been like, all right, y'all ain't even give them a chance to show us they was gonna make the same stupid decision again.
No, that's what I was thinking. I'm like, okay, you going overboard now. I'm like, okay, let's like, parse out this fire. Okay, right. We're gonna burn this shit down on today, and then tomorrow we're gonna get that shit. And
like, then, fill up the gas cans. Fill up the gas cans today. But let's wait till day 3. Let's see what happens first.
Let's see what happens. The unfortunate thing that happened is the family got Benjamin Crump to represent them.
No, man.
So hopefully he can pull a W out of this situation. But yep, he was on TV
Crump
yesterday.
Juice back again, man. Is he the new like Sharpton with this shit?
I think he wants to be. I think he's trying to be a a social justice celebrity is what he wants to be. And that's just where he is.
But can it be some sort of results? I feel like it should be like a boxer. Like you should have like a good scorecard to keep being in that arena. Otherwise, you got to go back down a class.
You know what I'm saying? Like a resume. It's like a resume, though. Like the resume, when you go to a job, your resume does not have to say whether you got fired or not. So for him, it's like, look at all these cases I did. You saw all this shit on TV. You seen my movies.
Yeah, but it only takes one for me to go, oh, you was the doctor for Michael Jackson, huh? You got some big ass hands, bro. Get the fuck up out of here, Conrad. It only takes one bad one. So no.
Look, I'm just telling you what happened, man.
No. Can't go with that one.
Just
but yeah, so I mean, I don't have any more to add on this. Do you?
I'm good.
That hasn't been said. So just to close it up, like for real.
More to come.
People, please. Yeah, there's going to be more to come on this. We're going to keep following all these cases, like we said. Y'all have got to understand that if you want to have these conversations with us, there's already a hair trigger involved because we've been hearing it a lot more than we thought we'd have to.
Yeah.
I remember when Trayvon happened and I was like, this can't get any worse.
Yeah.
And here we are, at least 20, 30 other people later. Probably more than that. Wait, it's sad. So
I want to go. Hold on. I'll make one last point about what people are saying about the protests. You jog my memory when you said that people are blaming the liberal media about the spreading this hate and the continued coverage of what's going on. I was talking to someone and they brought up the paid protesters, right?
Yeah, I've heard about this.
These are professional protesters that are coming in and doing all this stuff, and the people don't really feel this way. The people that are here are actually fine with the results and they're cool with the outcome, but there's these paid protesters that are coming in and doing all this damage. And to me, and to anyone that thinks that, this is what I say to you. What the fuck is a professional protester?
Where is that resume? I ain't never been on USA Jobs and they had we got a protester opening. What's the salary?
So
what is this? Come on, man.
So these motherfuckers are just sitting around at home
waiting on some shit to pop off
for 335 days of the year.
Maybe that one job,
not doing shit, and they wait on the phone. They wait on the phone to ring. Like, okay, we got one. All right, where we gonna be at? Okay,
and then get on a Greyhound and go out there and protest. Come on, man.
Like, like you got to. I know that there might be people that show up just to show out and they have nothing to do with what's happening, but nobody's driving to fucking Minneapolis, Minnesota to fake protest some shit.
I ain't going to Minnesota right now.
I mean, and then the second point of that is, let's say there are paid protesters. Let's just say that there are, right? They're paid. If this shit didn't happen, they'd be out of fucking work.
So put them out of work. If you're really tired of that, put them out of work. If you're a police officer, all police officers aren't bad. I know that. I know police officers. Mm-hmm. But if there's 1,000 of you and there's 10 bad cops in there and you know about one of them, to me, it's all of you are bad cops if you're not making sure that situation gets rectified. If y'all get out of that morning muster, out of that morning muster and go out into the streets and Sergeant Jasper don't like blacks and they got him going to South Central, somebody should be saying something.
Dead ass.
Somebody should be saying something.
You have to police the police have to police each other. And that's the problem. They got the whole blue wall thing and the police aren't policing each other. There's nobody. You saw the fucking video where it's a motherfucker with his hands on his waist looking at my man.
Watching it.
Unconscious.
Watching it.
So
to me, they need to be in jail too. Last point I'm gonna make, and we can get up off of this. The people that love to come on my post or any other issue with the all lives matter, when you do that, and I'm not even gonna say the regular shit but all lives do matter. You can't dispute that. If you believe that, fine. It's ridiculous in the sense of we're having a conversation about the black life that's not here anymore. So when you come with that, you're trying to have a completely different conversation. So now you just sound all the way stupid, like you don't understand how to have a conversation about the topic. Mm-hmm. Like, who the fuck pressed on your soft spot when you was a baby and you can't focus on a different topic right now? That shit drives me crazy. So, yeah, y'all don't make no sense. Yeah. None at all. How do we? Oh, I know a nice lighthearted topic. Trump. Let's go there. And this is quick, man. Like, I don't know if you saw, he's beefing with Twitter now Because
what? Is he?
Yeah,
I had no idea.
In the midst of everything we just said that's going on in the world, he's beefing with Twitter.
Coronavirus.
And
what he's doing.
Yeah. There's still a virus outside.
Still people out there. 100,000 plus people passed away.
We pointing like that bitch outside. Like, open his door.
She might be, nigga.
Open the door. See if I don't fuck your whole lungs up.
Yeah, absolutely. She like, oh, it's cool in there too? I come in that bitch and I just hang out.
I'm gonna be good to go. Shoot.
Exactly. Have a barbecue this weekend, nigga.
Trump made a post on Twitter that more or less incited some violence, basically saying that if we had to use the military, we're going to come out there and we're going to do what we got to do for these thugs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Thugs.
So Twitter didn't take down the tweet. That's very important in what I'm about to say. They didn't take it down, but instead of it just popping up when you see it in your feed, if you follow Donald Trump, there's something there like a statement letting you know, hey, this post incites violence. You can go look at it if you want to.
Right. That's
so to me, it's the same as, I don't know, like if you go to Pornhub and they go, hey, are you 18? You sure you want to go and look at this stuff? You might not be, but there's a buffer there. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Facebook does that though. Facebook does a thing where they have a video, right? And the video is just basically like a gray page.
Yeah.
And it'll say, this video has graphic content. If you want to see it, press this button.
Yeah. And now it's on you. Now it's on you. You did it, right? That makes sense to me. And then he was getting upset about them saying they were going to start fact checking the things that he was posting. And he was saying that was an infringement on his free speech. And I 100% disagree. Because they're not telling him he can't say it.
Yeah.
He's still using his free speech medium of using that company to get his shit off. That's what he does. You know what I'm saying? That company is also using their free speech to look at his speech and use their speech to say his speech is bullshit.
Yeah.
That's all free. That's what everybody get this shit. That's what they're doing. So I don't understand him saying that. Yeah. Oh, I'm going to sign an executive order.
How does Donald Trump go on TV and say fake news, CNN is lying, ABC, MSNBC, they're all lying, but then gets mad when Twitter does that to him?
It's only
Twitter's like, hey, man. And Twitter isn't even doing it as like aggressively as he is. He's not out there doing lamestream media, all that shit. Twitter's just like, hey man, if you want to know what's going on, just click this little link.
Yeah.
And we'll send you somewhere where you can go read.
And this is the thing, like, regardless of whether they do that or not, Trump doesn't have like people that vote for him. He has a large group of fans because he was all in television and everything else.
Yeah.
So it's like defending the abusive husband type of thing. I know he did that, but he's still good to us because of the economy, which is in the shitter now because of Corona. So what you gonna use? It's wild to me. I'm like, you can't on one half be mad at them for allowing you the freedom to say what you want and get mad because they're gonna say what they want. That to me is wild. And then I think that's self-explanatory. Now he wants to cut ties with the World Health Organization.
Yeah.
Over their handling of the coronavirus. Because he's done stellar.
According to him, he's done the best job in the history of the world as far as
at everything, though.
Though the United States has the most deaths out of any other country in the world, but that's okay.
But you know what I'm saying? Get your shit off. You know what I'm saying?
Who cares? You know, numbers lie all the time. Men lie, women lie, and numbers lie. So
numbers can lie. People don't admit that. They don't admit that.
You know what? Numbers. This goes back to what I was saying about voting nationally, nigga. Numbers do lie. Because
talk to him.
He's the president, but most of America voted for the other woman.
Yeah. Good old electoral.
And I say the other woman. I say the other woman because Trump is a bitch.
Dude, this whole thing just kind of like racks my brain. I just as a man have a hard time going, I can follow that man with the way that he handles things, the way that he talks to people. I saw a funny meme that was like, if somebody wants to ask, why do I need an education? Show your kids an Obama speech and then show them a Trump speech right behind it.
Jesus Christ.
And it's regardless of the politics of it, okay? And I'm not talking about any of his, and I've said this before, I don't disagree with every single decision Donald Trump has made.
Right.
But if you listen just to them talk,
it's
one of them knows complete sentences and one of them doesn't. Like it's a vast difference. You know what I'm saying?
I'm bigly better than him. Wait,
like, did he say he was bigly better?
Nigga, yeah, bigly ain't no what? So I was having this conversation also where just think about, because I forget Donald Trump's our president very often. I very often forget he's a president because I think that shit would happen in like a different thing, right? So sometimes I'll walk around and I'll see his picture up somewhere and it'll be him as president. And I'm like, oh shit, I forgot. This motherfucker's the president of the United States of America. And I think back as to like before he was, I'm like, oh yeah, but we had just the coolest guy. Eloquent, professional, caring, funny, charismatic, all these things. We went from having fucking Barry White as the president. Well, his name was Barry, so I'm kind of close. But, and he was mixed. He is Barry White. Obama is Barry White. Woo! All right. So we had him. And we go to this motherfucker who walks around, who doesn't know how to stand.
Why he always doing that lean? Like, remember on Michael Jackson in the Smooth Criminal video? Yeah. He always on his way to doing the Smooth Criminal lean, bruh.
Like, yo, man, what's wrong with you? Like, are you old top heavy ass nigga? It's just weird.
Are you okay? Are you okay?
Oh, yeah.
With the best.
Grab him right by the Annie. Are you okay?
Grab him by the Annie.
Let me ask you. grabbing that Annie by her Annie. So let me ask you a question as a comedian, because there's always a thing that comedians can find the funny in anything, or should be able to find the funny in anything.
Okay, find the funny in it.
Do you feel like you can find in a time like now, like would there ever be any funny that you could find in something that happens like this?
Oh man, let me tell y'all, if y'all think that your Facebook feeds are bad with the opinions of people, add 3,000 or so comedians to that shit and see them trying to test out jokes in a time like this because they're trying to find the funny. It is the worst shit ever. Okay. I get shit for this. I don't even know if I talked to you about this. Where they go, you should be able to joke about anything. I could see where somebody, and I do agree with that. I agree with that, yeah, you can find the funny in anything. The question is, are you skilled enough to do so? So I'm never going to come up here and act like I'm the greatest comedian in the world. I know that it's much like being a doctor. You know how they don't ever just be like, I'm a doctor. They say, I practice medicine.
Right.
You practice jokes. You see what works. You see what doesn't. As a black man in this climate raising 2 black children, this is not funny to me.
Yeah.
I'm not going to get on stage and make light of this to make any white person in the audience think, I think this shit is cool. And there's comedians that do. Like D.L. Hewley, he be getting his shit all the way off. I love the shit out of that dude. He would get his opinions off. Some comedians try to stay away from it because, as you've seen with the people that follow me, they cool as long as they can keep Ridley in a box.
Okay.
And then as soon as I step out of that and try to give you some real talk, now all of a sudden I didn't know you felt that way about me. I ain't say I felt that way about you.
So serious.
Yeah. Why don't you just make your jokes? I've been told that.
Yeah. Why don't you shut up and dribble?
Shut up and dribble, basically.
That's crazy.
Those are the fans dog. Those are the fans I 100% don't need, don't want. They can go somewhere, bruh. Basically, it's shut up and do the thing I saw you do.
Yeah, entertain me, dance, nigger.
Basically, that's exactly what it is. And to me, like, check it out. I have a regular page and I have several fan pages. If you just want the funny guy, go over to Sam Ridley Entertainment, click like, you'll never miss a beat. Got you. Go over to Instagram, you'll never miss a beat. Got you. If you fuck around and join the Illegal Opinions group, or my personal page, don't ask me no real shit because I'm gonna be a person again. Because guess what? I was that before I was a comic. Yeah, I was a father before I was a comic. So no, like y'all,
he was black before he was a comic, nigga.
All of that shit.
Like that's the fun. That's the weird part about it. It's kind of like let's say you have cookouts every weekend, right?
Right.
So you invite over. This is a guy. He's cool. He's casual. He brings over stuff. You guys have a good conversation. Well, but you keep it light, right? You have a light conversation, nothing crazy. He's all right. Then when you guys get into a deep conversation and he's trying to get to know you, he's like, "Oh my God, I didn't know you felt that way. I thought you were just a cookout guy." He was like, "I like to have a good time," and
the cookout guy.
Yeah, you're the cookout guy. So then, like, oh, I didn't know you felt the way. It's like talking to somebody and they find out that you believe you've had light conversations. They find out that you're cool with the Black Lives Matter movement, and they're like, "Oh, I didn't know that about you.
How dare you?"
Like, yeah, because you know me from like standing around the grill looking at ribs and shit. You don't know me.
Yeah, at all, and never took the time to learn that either.
Yeah, like you didn't care, and now you can't come to no more cookouts, motherfucker. So tell everybody you want to say bye-bye because it's time for you to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, like one of the shows I was doing a weekend run at this casino, and then in between time, we get to have a chance to enjoy the shit, sitting by the pool. Some guys recognized me and the other comedian and was like, "Yo, that's the cat from the show. Yo, you killed it." They came up, we chopping it up. And of course, we sitting by the pool, music playing, drinking, we having conversations. And they brought up something I said in my set, and we had a conversation about it. That dude came back the same night and came to both shows back to back to see me again. And I asked him, because I saw him on the casino floor later, I was like, "What made you decide to come back?" And he was like, "Well, it's one thing to see you do your thing. It's another thing to know that the man behind it stands for something."
Yeah.
So there's both types of fans out there. The ones that just want you to go do the funny dance, nigger, as you put it. And then the other ones that are cool with you still being you and having an opinion that might be different from theirs. That's the other thing I didn't say was me and him didn't agree on that particular topic that we were talking about.
Yeah.
To me, that's the people that I would love to entertain more. Of course, we can't pick and choose. But if I had to pick, let me be me for a change. I'd appreciate it. Is that all right?
You don't have to, and that's you don't have to agree on everything, like in order to be cool with somebody or to be friends with somebody. I argue the most with my friends. We're all so different
for that shit.
Don't do that, man. Don't hold on, man. Wait.
Hey, dog, no. Let's be real about it. Like, tell me we ain't had disagreements, and it might be small.
No, we've had. But we've had disagreements, but we've never had moral disagreements.
No, not that.
We disagree on some serious shit where I'm working on his nerves, he's working on mine. We jump into it about some shit, but we jump back out of that. Like, it's okay to have different opinions on certain things, but
that's a skill you taught me.
Oh, word? You're welcome.
No. What I mean by that, don't take it in a good way.
I know what you mean.
What I mean by that is I had to figure out, like, all right, this motherfucker is getting on my nerves right now in his tone and what he's saying. And I have to like mentally remind myself, let me jump out of this shit, because he's probably sitting over there going, this shit ain't this serious, typing on his phone. And I'm sitting over here mad. But you do that. You push people's buttons to see which way they're going to take shit.
I do that just because I want people to become global thinkers, right? I want you to think about, okay, you can have your opinion. Because like I've said it here before, I think in a circle. I don't know if that means anything to anybody. That's just how I do it.
I don't know what that means.
I try to think from every aspect. Like, I'm a fucking crazy person. All right. I will. No, seriously.
I thought you was about to go, I'm Castor Troy. Like. But no, I hear you. You try to not think about it from just your standpoint, but like, how does everybody else feel about it? Right.
I will have a conversation with you, and you being anybody, and I will think about that conversation maybe next week, maybe next month, a couple, 3 or 4 months down the road, and revisit it and try to decide what I could have said differently. Why didn't I think about this way? Why did they say what they said? What have they potentially been through to make them feel this way about a certain topic? Just so I have a better understanding of how to communicate with someone.
Right.
A lot of people will just have their stance and they just stick there. And don't get me wrong, there are things that I stand firm on also. Most of those things are moral things, not something that, fucking AMC movie theater and fucking, I don't give a fuck about that shit. That's just fun to talk about. What are we talking about?
We're here now. It doesn't matter.
Okay. But no, that's it. Like,
we're talking about the whole comics thing and
yeah. Like, so, it's okay to be cool with people that have differing or conflicting opinions about something, but just make sure that the morality in the argument is solid. It's not something that's serious.
Like if we're just having a conversation about some regular shit and then it comes out that you're somebody that is fine with incest or something like that. Now, I don't know if we can sit in the same room and have a conversation because we got a much bigger thing that should be discussed. So, all right, for example,
incest.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? I was like, what's extreme? Fucking your sister.
That'll do it. You got
that'll
it.
That'll do it.
Nail on the head. Yeah.
Ping. When I went out to the Midwest and did a show, and I sat down with some Trump supporters. When we pulled up, they had Trump shit on in their yard, whatever.
Oh shit!
And I was a little nervous after the show. It was a B&B. We're staying there, but it was cool. They explained their reasoning for him, and it was. I think I've mentioned this before. It was nothing that had to do with his moral standing. It was their particular situation needing jobs and what he said he was promising.
Right.
But until we had that conversation, all I see is that damn MAGA hat.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, that's the stigma associated with it. You got to understand that. Just like if I rocked a beret and a leather jacket, you're going to call me a Black Panther. Whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, I'm in Costco walking around because Costco got the red hat. The people with red hats with the white writing on it.
Yeah.
A motherfucker come walking towards me with a little, I'm like, who is this motherfucker? Oh, okay.
You immediately go on guard for a second, right?
Yeah. I go on like, okay, what you doing over there, man?
And like we said at the beginning of this, when we was talking about the murders, we have to have that mindset all the time because we don't know if we just gonna be out and somebody gonna be doing something.
It's stressful, dog.
It just is what it is. I think about all of those moves when I move around, man. It's sort of like being a boxer, like my whole life, but now I don't box no more, but I know people still want to fight me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I gotta constantly be on guard. Just because people is like, tough. Oh, that dude was dangerous. And by virtue of my skin and my blackness, like that's what you're gonna think. So yeah.
No, I feel you. Yeah. Speaking of which, don't call it a comeback. Don't call it a comeback.
A comeback for
don't call it a comeback.
You've been here for years. LL got an album coming out. We're gonna get Headsprung Part 2. Okay.
You know you like that.
Big Ellie. Big Selly.
Big Selly. He tried so hard to make that shit rhyme.
Hey.
Who calls LL Cool J Big Silly?
I'm not gonna see him in public. Big Silly. Up the way down the street. No.
He gonna fight you too.
And he can fight.
Speaking of fighting, so we talked about Mike Tyson a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
So people saw his workout video and they were like, yo, I think Mike still got that shit, man. Look how he hitting them pads. Look how he hitting them pads. Oh, buddy don't even want to be in that bodysuit taking them body shots.
Mike still got it for like me and you. I'm not fighting Mike Tyson.
Exactly. Yeah. I feel you. So So I'm having conversations with people, and I'm like, look, man, these videos are super cute. It's cool to see. Yeah, it's like
you gonna call Mike Tyson right now. Call him cute. Hey man, I saw you working out.
I got his number. I call Iron Mike. So these are super cute things he's doing, right? Like, oh, look at me, I'm in shape now. Fucking hitting the bag.
Iron.
That's awesome.
Iron wrist.
Iron.
Iron wrist like a motherfucker.
That shit crow like a motherfucker. So but this is all cool what he's doing. But I'm telling people, like, look, man, these are like, this whole video that's going around is maybe a minute and a half of him just jumping around and hitting shit really hard.
Yeah.
In like, 4 or 5 second clips. A real boxing match is going to be bad for Mike Tyson.
Yes, it really will.
On the heels of that, I was watching, I was looking at MSNBC, and they had MSN, same shit, I guess. And
yeah, close enough, right?
They had a clip of him at a wrestling match.
Wrestling.
At a wrestling match.
That just sounds naked. Like, I don't know why. If I'm wrestling with somebody, we got clothes on. If we gonna wrestle,
that's
we ain't got no clothes on. In my head,
here.
I don't know.
Come here, girl. Let's wrestle.
Let's wrestle.
When they put you in that titty twister.
Was that,
you remember you seeing wrestlers titty twisting?
Yeah. Oh, it looks ridiculous if you think about it back in the day now.
Man, this was crazy.
Hey, so with Mike Tyson, I remember them talking about him fighting Tyson Fury.
Yeah.
And I think like Deontay Wilder was like, I wouldn't mind going. Of course you wouldn't mind. There's money in that fight just by Mike Tyson's name alone.
Well, Wilder needs a W right now because he got his ass manhandled.
And he probably could get it from Mike Tyson. But do you really want to get that W from beating up an old man?
No, because people do that. People say, look, man, I beat up Mike Tyson. Didn't the Fresh Prince say that?
Okay. That didn't work for, what was old boy, the Irish cat fought Mayweather.
Conor McGregor?
Yeah. Didn't work out for him either.
But it still counted as a W, I believe, to his record.
He didn't win. Conor McGregor didn't win.
No, he didn't. Well, no, it counted as a win for Mayweather.
Oh yeah, it did. It did, even though it wasn't supposed to be all of that. Yeah,
right. So I mean, it's a bullshit fight, but whatever.
Yeah,
people in that fight, people were hoping for the lucky punch.
Yeah, that's what it was.
He'll come out and melee on him or some shit. I don't know.
And with seeing Tyson do these little 5-minute this and that, and you know how it goes. If you've ever been in any sort of training, you practice that combination of punches. That's why the trainer knows where to put the pads up. You know what I'm saying? So
if not, he would have got his ass knocked the fuck out.
All the way out.
If you fucking just trying to guess where he gonna put them hands. Oh shit!
It's Mike Tyson.
Hold on a second. I'm pissing blood.
That's how you kill your trainer. Like that.
But we are just gonna guesstimate where I'm gonna put these hands, and you just see how fast you are. Nigga, if you're fast enough to catch Mike's hands randomly, you should be boxing somebody.
Yeah. You shouldn't even be there helping him at all.
No, you're not a trainer no more. So anyway, I'm watching this wrestling thing.
Stop saying that. Go ahead.
You don't like wrestling?
Wrestling.
So I'm watching this wrestling clip of Mike Tyson coming out with some other UFC fighters. They go to the ring, and Mike Tyson is talking to this guy. It's the AEW. I don't want to not say whatever the fuck that means. I don't know, but it's the AEW. Maybe it's like the American Entertainment Wrestling Federation or some shit. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
So he's arguing with this guy, and Mike Tyson tries to tear his shirt in half, like Hulk Hogan used to.
Getting the Hulk Hogan? Okay. Right.
He tries to, but it's like an actual t-shirt. Before Hulk Hogan shit was already ripped up a little bit, easy to come off, bam. It's like it was like me trying to tear this shirt in half without it being pre-cut and being like good quality. The threads wasn't acting right. So Mike Tyson tries to take his shirt off and he gives up like halfway through it. He gives up halfway through taking his shirt off. And then he does the muscles with the shirt still like halfway around, wrapped around him and shit. Dude, I swear to God, if you watch his clip, he is tearing his shirt off and he just fucking gives up halfway through it because he's tugging on the bottom of it. The shit ain't breaking. Like the shit
ain't
was
working
not
out.
They gave Mike Tyson a good shirt. I guess he thought he's gonna get a prop shirt. They gave him a good shirt.
Yeah, when Hulk Hogan used to do that, the shirt was like pre-torn in little spots.
It was already like cut. Like it was.
Yeah.
No, that they gave Mike Tyson a straight. Like this is a good quality, straight from Hanes. Oh no, Mike, this ain't for you to tear up. Oh shit. Okay, this is not looking good. But I'm glad he was getting in shape. I'm glad to see him still out there. He looks great, by the way. I'm not trying to show him Mike Tyson. He looks fantastic to be whatever age iron is at the point in his life.
Cast iron skillet. That's what he
looks great though. He looks great, man.
To be.
I'm good with it.
Mike, if you're listening by chance, man, we love you. Like your contribution to boxing is unmatched to me. Don't do this to yourself. Don't do this to yourself. That's the point.
Like you had a hard time taking a shirt off, homeboy. You had a hard time taking a shirt off.
I remember tearing your shirt in half. His one-man show. Box
Tyson Fury?
No, it's not happening. And then this too, like Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder, these are guys that train to go the distance, to do the 12-round fight. I remember before he got he don't. Before Tyson got knocked out, he knew he was gonna knock somebody out in the first 2 rounds.
Yeah.
It was painful to see him pass round 3.
Yeah.
It was like, yo, he's tired, man. This ain't and it's not gonna be a good look. I remember he was sweating his ass off doing his one-man show, which I loved. Talking about Mike Tyson again. I loved it, but I was like, man, I'm pretty sure in the middle of it, there was this point where you saw him in his dress shirt and it was sweat all the way through. And then all of a sudden they switched to something else and switched back and he won't sweaty no more. They probably had to take a break in filming it and to get him another shirt. Like he was up on stage lights and all this and that. I'm like, I don't want to see Tyson.
It's a different thing.
But this is the other thing, though. I think if we do see Tyson come back, and let's say he got knocked out, I think he'd be happy about it. Just to be out there again.
Well, that's one thing we talked about before. We said that before, that he was saying that he felt like a bitch because he wasn't a fighter anymore. Like sometimes I feel like a bitch because I'm not doing that anymore. So for him, I think he doesn't care about, that's like his last few fights he had before he retired. I don't think he cares about winning or losing at this point. I just think he wants to fucking
He just wants to compete. Yeah.
He wants to compete.
So
yeah, and I love that.
I just don't want to see him come back and then that's where his legacy ends, and that's where people try to put him at.
Well, I did see that I believe Evander Holyfield was coming back, or just this is all for charity, right? I'm assuming. So Holyfield coming back to fight, and Roy Jones Jr., what's up, comes back to fight, and Roy Jones said that he would fight either one of them, like set it up, which ain't fair, but I get it.
I miss like good Roy Jones too. Somebody sent me a clip of Roy.
Motherfucker was crazy, man.
It was nasty watching him fight.
For everyone that thinks. Everyone that thinks Mayweather was that guy, or that thinks, whoever you want to say was that guy. Look, Roy Jones Jr. was the fastest. I never saw Sugar Ray Robinson fight outside of like the little black and white clips that you get. But Roy Jones, the fastest hands and the most knockout power I've ever seen. Most entertaining fighter I've ever seen in my fucking life. That he
was Floyd if Floyd was entertaining to watch.
He was Floyd if Floyd had punching power.
Yeah. Okay, I'll go with that. But what I mean was like Floyd's fights aren't necessarily fun to watch to somebody that isn't watching him slip punches and counter and stuff like that.
And there are very few people watching boxing for that. It's like what people that watch NASCAR. They don't watch NASCAR to see everybody cross the finish line.
Yeah,
they wait on that car accident.
Yeah, unfortunately,
they waiting on that pile up, right? But that's the part of the sport. That's what it is. So, but yeah, like for everyone that's not savvy about Roy Jones Jr. I know he was more of a '90s boxer in the early 2000s, but my man was crazy good.
Yeah, go look up some of them clips, man. I'm gonna get off of this because I don't want people to be like, "This is a boxing sports plot." Look, and this is something I thought
Max Kellerman going to show up?
This is something I thought was interesting about me and you doing this pod. I remember when we started, and it was like, what do we want this pod to be? And one, we didn't want to put it in a box, but we did say it wasn't going to be a sports or a political podcast.
Right.
But then as shit started to roll, I'm like, I feel stupid if we get up here and don't mention the bigger shit that's happening, and we just shoot the shit.
Can't talk about it.
And it's just pussy, the relationship. We love talking about that stuff because I think that's stuff that helps everybody. I've heard so much about our love languages portion. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But yeah, like when Trump starts going at freedom of speech with us having a platform like this, we got to talk about it. Like, simple as that.
For sure.
So speaking of freedom of speech, we got a brand new segment that I hope becomes a regular thing. I hope this becomes, and it's going to be, it's either going to be Marcus's turn or mine, because I think both of us be finding shit that makes us want to do this.
Yeah.
So here I'm going to sit back and play the devil's advocate and let Marcus get off his shit in a new segment we like to call, but
you could shut the fuck up.
You need to shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up.
I guess that means you need to shut the fuck up. That's what I do if I don't have no army. I would fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
Simple and plain. So, we gonna need an intro for that. We're gonna need an intro for that.
Yeah.
A video guy, get on that. So
get on that one.
The subject at hand this week apparently is Ayesha Curry.
Yeah.
Tell him about it, man.
Go there.
Tell him about it.
All right. Ayesha Curry. You put these pictures out there and you feel a way about people criticizing you over them. I mean,
the pictures you talking about
the new pictures of her, you know, she's working out and shit like that, and she's posting these pictures, and good for you. Good for you. But you have to understand.
The brown bikini joint? I got to see this. Hold on.
Yeah, go ahead. Knock yourself out.
Go ahead.
She looks great, by the way. But when you dabble on social media, there's going to be some pushback. You have to know that. You're a celebrity, basically. You have to know that. And everyone, not just Ayesha, you got to know that once you put yourself out there socially, in public, on the internet, you're going to get some flack for whatever you say or do.
Facts.
Right? But you have built your reputation to be as such that you just can't be pleased. You can't be pleased. You go on Jada Pinkett's Red Table Talk. You jump out there and you say that you just feel like men would jump in your DMs. Which is crazy to us because people aren't jumping into your DMs because we respect you and Steph's relationship. How rare is it that a bunch of motherfuckers, a bunch of just dirty, grimy ass niggas is like, you know what? I think she's cute, but her and Steph got something beautiful. I'm gonna leave that shit alone. They got some beautiful kids. Look at that.
Don't nobody
big old
do
happy
that,
family. Just doing great. Steph shoot from half court. Everybody's doing fantastic. Let's leave them alone.
Right.
And you go on the show with a camera in your face and say, I wish dudes would just be trying to fuck the shit out of me.
More or less. Yeah.
Then you get mad when you get backlash from it. Here's the thing. You could have just shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up.
You could have just shut the fuck up. You didn't have to do that. You could have just been like, you could have felt that way, but you could have just shut your ass up. Nobody asked you for that information. Nobody made you. So if you could have anything in the world, what would you have? I wish I had 20 motherfuckers in my DMs trying to give me some dick. No. Could just shut your ass up. Stay off social media. You don't have to post. You could post your pots and pans. You got a great assortment of pots and pans you're selling. Do that shit. Nobody's asking you to be some fucking social warrior for women. Just shut the fuck up. You know what? You try to make it seem like, okay, well, I'm married to a superstar athlete and I just cannot. I don't understand why nobody's hollering at me. I'm so mad about it. Nobody's trying to get in my draws. It makes me upset that nobody's trying to fuck me anymore. Meanwhile, LeBron James's wife sitting over there to mind her goddamn business.
Enjoying them bread that's coming in. Oh man.
You could have just shut the fuck up. That's all I'm saying. Just shut.
Right.
It's a fucking. I know it's a learned skill, but you gotta just shut the fuck up sometimes.
Okay. All right. So
shut the fuck
up. Well stated, sir. All right. First off, a lot of women that are in that limelight, in that media circuit, that are married to or with powerful men. Mm-hmm. They find a place to have their own identity, to make what they're doing as important, because most of the time with anybody that's with somebody that's in a powerful position, if you don't do that, you end up getting overshadowed and nobody's paying attention to what you got going on. Okay. So I don't fault her for finding a lane at all. Absolutely what do you not. Say? What do you say? Like you said, like her pots and pans line. She's always cooking. She's shit. An extremely beautiful woman. Can't take nothing away from her.
Nothing away from you. Why?
And for me, and maybe I'm by myself on this, I preferred her a little bit heavier than the picture that she got right now. But I think she's beautiful nonetheless. Means nothing. I think where she lost people, at least where she lost me, was the old stuff where she was always talking about keep it covered up for your man.
Right.
And now you out in your bikini. And yeah, people will go, but it's a bikini. Yeah, but you never saw her in that before. So when she was making her stance very, very plain and known that this is for Steph, y'all ain't never going to see it. And now she's showing off her weight loss. That weight loss Steph, should also be for pictures. Steph. Yeah, but that weight loss should also be for Steph, right? And that's not a slight on just Ayesha Curry. That's the conversation me and you have about keeping the same energy a lot. Like, if this is your stance, that should be your stance over here too. You're not going to come back in a year and go, yo, but I thought, this is Steph shit. You know what I'm saying?
Here's the thing about that part. The thing about that part is, hey, I know all these people out here are into showing off their skin. I think that's whack. But here's a picture of me in my fucking bikini.
Because I lost weight. Now I'm comfortable showing you. I think that's the insecurity thing. And if that's the case, then cool. You know, now you feel more confident, whatever. But to me, as a person that knows I'm in that limelight, I gotta address or at least try and clean up what I meant when I said what I said. Because now I just look like a hypocrite.
Or you could just shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up.
You could just shut the fuck up and not said that. Dog, there are plenty of times where I'm in our group or I get a text message or whatever, and I'm start typing and shit, and I'll be like, you know what? Whatever flat comes with what I'm about to send out, let me just shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I do that a lot. I have
delete. Let me just shut the fuck up because I don't want to deal with whatever I put out there. I don't want to do that shit. So I just don't say anything a lot of times. So the things I do say, I'm fine with having an extended conversation about them. But there are times where you could just not say anything. Like the art of being quiet is almost like
lost art.
The art of war.
Lost art.
Like you gotta fucking wipe your hands with something. I'm gonna just be cool.
I get baited every day online about something. And sometimes I just gotta go, okay.
That's cool.
Because I get it. I get what you're trying to do. Once again, you're trying to get me to step out of that box that you don't want me to come out of. Right. I'm not an idiot. So like when I come at you with an opinion, it's gonna be an educated one.
Yeah, for sure.
The stuff that we talk about up here, if I absolutely don't know about it, I'll be like, I'll let you handle that one, bro. And if he don't know about it, we skipping it until we got more information.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
It's not happening. So if you come at me with some bullshit, expect an answer. And you might not like it.
Oh,
you just might not. So, like, yeah, she could have been quiet on it. She's more than allowed to show a picture in her bikini. She's more than allowed to let people know this is me. Look at this weight loss, this and that. But you gotta address the parts where you were kind of demonizing the females that was doing it before. You have to, in my opinion. And so we're gonna have
a conversation one of ththese days about who's the worst sports wife. And she gonna be in that one.
I want the list to get a little bit longer. Because I think we got over 5, maybe. Okay. I want the list to get to about 10, and then we're gonna be like, oh, okay. Look what this motherfucker's doing.
We can wait on that. Well, since we're on this topic of Aisha feeling like she was overweight and then losing all this weight. Hopefully she's healthy mentally, and she feels better about herself and more comfortable in her own skin.
Yeah, but, I think she does. I think that showed in her picture. It really did. That's a good thing.
All right, so on the heels of that, let's say you're dating someone, you marry someone, and then they gain a whole bunch of weight.
What's a whole bunch?
Nigga, a lot. What you talking about?
Like did they
like makes you unattracted to them in that way? Like
did they eat all these potatoes over my shoulder? Like, is that what we going with? And then some. Okay.
They theirs and yours.
They became full russet. Okay.
So do you feel like you could stay with that person? Like, are you thinking, look, man, you let yourself go pretty badly, and
this ain't gonna go good.
Like, yeah, like I can't see myself, you know what I'm saying, pushing inside of you anymore.
More cushion for the pushing. Oh man. Okay. This one's no, that's not my answer at all. That's just a statement. Unfortunately,
when they say that.
Unfortunately, I had a very, very specific image pop in my head when you said a whole bunch of weight. But okay, here's the thing. Let me start with this. Everybody got standards that are shallow.
For sure.
Everybody. Yeah. And what I mean by that is my shallow ain't your shallow. So if I'm a person that, let's say we meet and I'm always in the gym. Let's say we met in the gym.
Okay.
And you're on it. We're on it. Okay. We go to the gym together. One day you just decide you don't want to. I'm not going like at the people that got hurt and they couldn't work out, whatever. You just decided you just wanted to let yourself go. At that point, we had a standard when we first started this thing. I had a weight standard. You had a weight standard. Yes, everybody expands as they get older. Everybody get a little bit chubby, round in the face, whatever you want to call it. But if you just decide that you just don't want to take care of yourself anymore, I don't think you can fault somebody for being less attracted to you. I think that's fair. There's no way you can tell me that it's okay for me to turn into a whole nother motherfucker.
So there's no point in there that you feel like I love more than the way you look.
And of course that's going to play into it. How good of a spouse are you? How much are you helping your partner out? And this goes both ways. This ain't just if my chick get fat, she's fucking out of here. If you turn into a fat dude and she's like, I was never attracted to that body type, it might constitute a problem. And then that's again where, to me, that's where people get stuck in I'm deep in this relationship now. You know what I'm saying? Like, we've been here for a while. I'm not as attracted to you. Here's the thing. Are you going to voice it? Are you going to tell them, check it out?
No, you didn't gain some.
No. You didn't gain some weight on me. Okay. You didn't gain some weight on me. I don't like it. Are you going to do something about it? What if they say no? What if they say no? I'm not asking you. I'm saying in general, talking to the listeners. Yeah. So if they go, well, I mean, I am who I am. I want you to like me for me.
You like
now you got a decision. Now you got a decision to make. But it depends on what you consider up. Here's my thing.
Nigga, you are doing some serious explaining. You are doing some serious bicycling on this motherfucker. You are pedaling hard.
I am, and I'm gonna tell you why, man. Like, I have a. This is what keeps going through my head, just so I can stop sounding like I'm all over the place. Because this gonna sound real fucked up. I got an ex that when we first went in the military, so we're talking what 20 years ago now. So we had 20 years ago bodies. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. There's people I know that have gained weight. There's people I know that have gotten a little bit wide or whatever. Mm-hmm. She had to gain at least 300 pounds without breaking a sweat.
What do you mean? Wait, how do you without?
I mean, I'm sure there was some sweating involved, but what I mean,
so you talking about she's like 400 pounds now,
easily.
Okay,
easily,
that's
and
crazy.
we're still cool.
Yeah.
We're still cool. I'm not saying that bad about it, but I do remember a conversation coming up, like you know, like your old thing, or try and be like, so I wonder how things would have been different. What if you were single now, that sort of thing? Yeah, and I'd be like, I'll be completely honest with you, that shit would not work because you're not
that anymore
at all. And that's not my steez. Like, and I'm not saying I don't like bigger women. Like, I think I just said I like Aisha Curry when she was a little chubbier. But like 300 more? That's no.
Spartans. That's what she said when she be eating. She walking to the Golden Corral talking about
and they be like, do you want to buy a plate or just the buffet? And she turned around and be like, what is your profession?
Oh shit.
Yeah. So what about you? Like, is that something that you would consider a deal breaker? You have an ex, you remember her at 140, and you meet up back with her and she's 280. But she was an amazing woman to you.
Well, she was amazing. We wouldn't have broken up. So she gave me that goddamn amazing.
Oh shit. You ain't that goddamn amazing.
Goddamn. I actually, should I say this?
Yeah, you made me. Don't do what I just did.
No, I'm not. I was thinking of I saw my ex in a grocery store the other day, and I haven't seen her in probably about 15, 16 years. At least that. At least 16 years.
Did you feel away? Did you get the butterflies?
No, fuck no. But
Marcus relentless, ladies. You fuck around and lose them. It's a wrap.
This is over. I heard she had gained weight, but I'm not tracking her down on, and stalking her on social media for that. So I'm walking through the store and she had a mask on, but when you've been with somebody, their eyes, right?
Yeah, you should. Yeah.
So I'm turning down this aisle and I see her looking at me through this mask. I see her smiling. But I kept walking, right? So I'm talking to my homeboy and I'm like, I think I just saw so-and-so. She's fucking huge. And I think back to when we were dating, she was, she wasn't a small, like a petite woman. She's probably, let's just say 5'3", like $125, right?
Okay.
But now she's more of like 225.
Oh man. So she gained like a whole nother person. Yeah.
Yeah. Like she ate her old self. So for me, if I get with you when you're at a certain weight, I have to be, just the fact that I'm approaching you and you're there, I have to be cool with how you look. I have to be attracted to you.
Yeah. And that's not, see, like I said, the shallow thing. I don't think that's shallow. I think that's you seeing something you're attracted to at the time.
Yes.
Just like anybody would.
When you start letting that shit go, I'm not saying you're going to be that way forever, but we 10 years in and you looking like 50 pounds heavier, 80 pounds heavier. You can't, like the things that attracted me to you in the beginning, which is how you look, are gone now. And it's just like, I mean, to me, it's just like if you did things for someone before, like if you were romantic before, and then as the relationship goes on, you become less and less romantic. A woman has the right to say, you've changed. Like, you're not the same motherfucker I was with before. You're different now. I feel like a man or a woman. I mean, women are with dudes that are like, damn, motherfucker. Like, oh, stay puff ass nigga. Yeah. Like, what the fuck happened to you? So I think you have a right to, within reason. This nigga Benjamin Crump on the goddamn TV. Anyway, within reason, you have a right to say, look, man, you're falling off. Let's get back. Yeah. Like, I don't want this to be, a thing. Let's get back. Like, let's go for a walk. Let's go for a run. Let's get back into a gym routine, because I think a lot of things, psychology, right? People take in information easier when it becomes not about them, but about us.
Right.
So if I say,
they don't feel attacked and all of that.
Yeah. Exactly. If I say, let's go back to the gym, like, let's get a gym membership. Let's start going back to the gym. We'll go, 3 times a week, 4 times a week. They don't feel attacked by that. If she says, hey, you know what? Let's do a romantic dinner or do a romantic gesture once a week. It's both of us have fallen off, not just the other person. So once you can, diffuse that bomb of someone, feeling attacked, or betrayed or unloved or whatever, you can get back to the person being the way they used to be. Now, if that motherfucker don't want to give you no goddamn flowers and he like, nah, fuck that, then you could be like, okay, this is rap. Yeah, or if she's like, nah, I'm finna get these lemon glazed Krispy Kreme donuts every time I'm on the way home.
Lemon glaze is the go-to fat donut. I don't know why. Yeah, lemon glaze.
Lead lemon glaze is fire.
Krispy Kreme been killing people for fucking 70 years.
Don't do that. Do not. That is a establishment of the South, of the culture. Don't end this podcast like this.
That's where you get the sugars right there. The subject of a woman's weight will never not be a sensitive subject. Ever.
For sure. I think it should be fair though, because you got a lot of women that that'll put it on a baby. Like, yeah, I had a kid, 5 years ago, and I gained this baby weight.
Okay, so yeah, it's like in an instance like that, like, she gained it because she's having your kid. Now, in that instance, you can't be like, well, look, shit, you done gained all this weight. Now, and this is the shitty part. I know there's dudes that do that. We're not talking about them. No, nigga. You can't tell a chick, oh, look at you. You done let yourself go. Let me finish.
We 5 years into a baby?
Wait, fool. See, that's what I was going to say. I'm not expecting her to go, all right, I just had a baby. I'm going to take a decade off.
Okay.
And not get back to me.
All right.
Look, man. You was like, yeah.
Yo, all right. You got a little hype there.
I think I hit a spot. No, that I completely would be like, no, you ain't about to just sit around for a decade. If you one of them females is fortunate to have that snapback, you know them chicks that have a baby, boom, they back to their old side.
I'm not asking. I'm not. Woo! That's a genetic thing. That's great. Is. Not everyone's built like that.
Everybody's not built like that. I completely get it. And after a female has a baby, it kind of changes their kind of chemical makeup. Some of them, it's very hard for them to lose that weight.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about that at all. I'm talking about the girl that let herself go.
Straight up go.
I'm done. I'm a mom now.
With my body.
I don't care. I don't care about you. I don't care what your turn-ons are. That to me is the one where you got to understand when a cat is like, well, I mean, you're going to be mad at me because I like something too? If you're telling me this is who you are now? Sometimes people grow apart. You're growing out.
But before you didn't look like you growing out. Before you didn't look like melted ice cream. And now you just don't give a fuck. And you want me to love you unconditionally. That's something that women got to let go. That love me unconditionally, no matter what my scars are, no matter what I have going on in my head, no matter what, you should just love me for me. Look, yo, you don't even love me for me. Y'all out there trying to find niggas to fix. So let's not, you know what I mean?
Oh man, it just got warm in here.
We're gonna get to those women that are
They
big
want to
up
fix
and
a man.
no. With them too. We're gonna write that one down. That's gonna be a
write
long
that
one.
down.
So the women that claim that it's great to be it's great to be Lizzo, it's great to be the Moniques and the big beautiful women that are so successful. It's great to be the Adeles, and then when they lose weight, y'all get fucking mad at them. We gonna talk about that shit too, cause I don't like that shit.
I don't like that shit.
I don't like that shit. Are you good? Are you square?
I'm squared up, man.
All
you know
right,
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Thank you again, everybody, for listening to another pod. We back at you every Sunday. Y'all have no idea what it takes to make sure these bitches is on time sometimes.
Oh, man.
It's seriously a labor of love, but I love absolutely all of y'all that are like fanatics about what we're doing and see us making those changes. Hopefully y'all enjoyed the new intros and whatnot on YouTube. YouTube's the only place you're going to get that little pre-roll where we start talking some shit before we start. Yeah. So definitely just if nothing else, man, just go check it out so y'all can see what we got going on over there.
Please do.
Stay tuned in. That's all I'm going to say for now. I'm Sam Ridley. That's my man, Marcus Palmer. We Illegal Opinions, baby, and we up out of here. Peace out.
We are out.